So somehow I decided that describing and talking about intrusive thoughts wouldn't be the first video of this Intrusive Thoughts channel I came up with. My brain is a bit weird like that, I guess. Well, anyway, to start, an intrusive thought is an unwanted thought, image, or idea that will randomly pop into your mind. In some ways, it's like this personal bully who will jump out at any time and say something nasty. But what makes it worse than some random bully is that it's your voice coming from your mind. You are unconsciously saying and thinking these things. You could also imagine it like, I feel like everyone gets this, when you get a song stuck in your head. You know, a really catchy song, and you just can't get it out of your head. So imagine that, but it's maybe your voice saying that you suck at everything, you make the world a worse place, and you should end yourself. Or you should end someone else. Or you should do something awful. And it isn't even catchy. So it's worse than getting a song stuck in your head. So simply, intrusive thoughts can be placed into one of 6 categories, approximately. Those are aggression, sexual, self-loathing, religious, health, and taboo. So, to go through definitions of this list, we've got 1. Aggression. These are the thoughts of wanting to hurt someone. And this can be anything from that random stranger walking slowly in front of you to someone you really love and couldn't possibly imagine hurting. And this can be a singular person or a group of people. Number 2 is sexual, and that is anything, any thought that has some sexual connectivity. From just imagining cuddling up to someone you don't know, imagining someone naked, all the way to the full-on unconsensual coitus. Yeah. Next is the self-loathing, which is definitely my wheelhouse. This is what I am best at. Self-hate, self-doubt, self-harm, any thoughts of those. So you can go all the way from just thoughts of how you're less valuable than other people around you, to thoughts of making it so you never see another sunrise voluntarily and immediately. The next one is religious. So anything related to sin. Thinking that you're a sinner or you should do a sin. And since I'm not religious, this is the opposite of self-loathing to me. I don't get this one, but that doesn't mean I'm belittling it. It'd be absolutely stressful for people who are in those religious circles and situations. The next one is health, which is weirdly counterintuitive. It sounds good. I mean, what's so bad about being concerned for yours or someone else's health, right? But it isn't like that. It is the absolute fear of those things. Sudden thoughts like, what if my partner or child died right now? What would I do? And that just gets your brain spiraling. One I've had, my back is a bit sore. What if I have spinal cancer? And then you go through everything about that, everything that could possibly happen to you if that situation happened right at this moment or very soon. The final one is taboo, and this is quite an easy one. It's just any thoughts of doing some form of societal taboo. Anything from running around naked in public to marrying your pet. You know, those weird thoughts. So not only can the thoughts vary, but the severity of it can vary. It can be considered a minor annoyance that goes by quickly and effortlessly, forgotten about the next minute, just a weird thought. Hey, what if I go streaking right now? No, that would be silly. It's winter. I'd be cold. And it's gone. Or it can be soul-crushing, and it can ruin your day, and even your week. Any amount of time. It can really break you down. Like I said, I had one on my back was hurting, and I immediately thought I had cancer. And that crashed my day. To make it even more variable is how often it can happen. So studies show that 90% of people we'll get an intrusive thought every few months, 3 months or so. But there are people, especially people who suffer from anxiety, depression, or OCD, or another form of illness, who will get them far more frequently. Personally, I get them pretty much daily, sometimes more than once a day, and it's usually quite extreme. So much so when I get a weaker one, where maybe my head just goes, dude, you suck. I think, whoa, that wasn't hardcore. What are you, having a day off? You seen someone else? Yeah, I get worried that my intrusive thought monster is seeing another person. The important thing to remember is that as much as they sound like you, they're not you. They're not your thoughts. Not really. They just sound and feel like your thoughts. And you're not weird or wrong for getting them, because pretty much everyone gets them. If you don't, you're the lucky one, but if you do, you are not alone. And if you have these thoughts and it makes you feel bad or afraid, that doesn't make you a broken person either. It makes you normal, because you do not have to go through with it. Having a thought of wanting to harm someone you care about doesn't mean you want to harm them. It's just a random thought and you can ignore it. Which is easier said than done, I'm sure, because I get them so often they are really hard to ignore. And well, that's that. Thanks for making it to the end. If you have an intrusive thought about leaving a like, comment, or subscribing, I think this is an okay time to follow that thought. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you. Have a good one.